Welcome to Biomutant. This is episode 1, first time playing. Obviously, see? Settings. Subtitles are automatically on for the fucking, comic book effects? Cool. Anime indicators. Yes. I'll play with that later. Yes. Gibberish? Cool. Subtitles automatically out. Okay, cool. Fuck it, let's play on medium. Every game I like to play on the medium difficulty. God, that's weird.
Encode your DNA.
Oh god, there's like...
That's the one I did as a Merkle.
I'm probably gonna go with tank because, you know, you know how I am.
Define your genetic structure.
I told you. It's basically art.
Oh no!
I fucking told you.
Look at the fucking derp snoot! The derp snoot!
No.
You got them buck teeth now. Mort. It looks like fucking Mort.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh god. Oh god. Yeah, it's definitely Ark in a fucking nutshell right there. Character all fucking muscle.
Yep. I like the tail, it's super fluffy. That's a fucking droop snoop.
He got a dump truck. Put a fucking dump truck on this motherfucker. Oh fuck, I hate the sound it makes. You the body fucking shifting.
Oh, I didn't even fucking notice that.
You can hear it.
Oh my god. I didn't even notice. Also, that's messing with your stats, so depending on what you want.
That looks decent.
Yeah.
Health dorks. All the health. All the health.
Yeah, but also, if you're doing health, you're sacrificing your strength.
Your intellect.
And strength.
Which is like why I'm thinking right about here, you know?
Oh, my fucking dump truck ass looking ass.
That dump truck. Well, you're all vitality, you got that dump truck. But you look ugly as fuck. You
Basically...
My brain, Smashing's neck. Smashing's neck is this what this nose is. Smashing fucking walks. Fucking neck crunches aggressively. Fucking turns a fucking Smashing whips around fucking neck. You can fucking beat someone to death with him. Yeah, I'm thinking right about here, hey?
Yeah, maybe.
Choose a
Yeah,
genetic
right around there.
resource.
That's where I chose. It looks
Resilient?
decent and it doesn't look stupid. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go average, because that way I have a resistance to some of everything, you know?
Yep. That's what I'd do. Well, each time you level up, you get like 10 points towards, you know, your thing, and it works.
What's the first one you come across?
It doesn't matter which one you come across, it's just you get one thing and then you can... Well, biohazard is what I come across.
I'll go with heat. Because that gives you... Basically, depending on what you choose, you may get that kind of ability, right?
No.
No? You get like the opposite?
It's your resistance to an area covered in that.
Choose your
So I'd put
first
it in the middle,
Oh, sweet.
and then go from there. That's what I did, at least.
It was the smartest decision, you know?
Yeah. Oh, I love this stripy tail.
I like this one.
That one?
Every fucking furry will play this fucking game, I swear.
Yeah, Tad's playing it, he's a furry.
Furries when they can't make their OC. Yes. Raccoon tail. Remember what Zap
Pick
calls
your
raccoon?
main color.
Trash panda.
Choose your detail color.
You can make them look fucking sick all the time. Stick with
Pick
white.
a class.
Oh, fuck.
Commando.
Oh, dude. Fucking Rambo.
Psyfreak.
Palpatine.
Saboteur.
Basically, it kind of feels like Electra mixed with Snake.
I chose Saboteur.
Oh, what does this remind me of? This reminds me of a fucking character from a movie, eh?
Commando. Deadeye.
So Deadeye kind of like gets that big ass sword, right?
Commando.
Yeah. But you can craft that sword.
As any class?
Yeah.
Psyfreak. Saboteur. Sentinel. Saboteur.
Ooh, Commando would be
Sentinel.
cool.
Saboteur.
You don't get any weapons in that.
Pardon?
Cypher.
Yeah, with Cypher, I don't think you get any weapons. You just use magic ability. Oh, maybe the pistol, but that's...
So basically, this thing's using old human weapons.
Yeah.
And wearing human clothing.
Commando.
Then
You'll learn a little bit more.
That's not a knife. This is a knife.
Deadeye.
God, fucking Jesus, now you're reminding me of that one character from fucking Ice Age.
Which one?
The fucking dinosaur one, the guy with the one eye.
Oh, Sid's cousin or whatever.
This is a knife.
That's not a knife. This is a knife.
He's like fucking crazy.
Cypher. Saboteur. Sentinel. Saboteur.
Squirrel guy.
You know what I think I'm gonna do?
What?
I think I'm gonna go with Saboteur.
Cypher. Commando. Deadeye.
It's the sides.
Saboteur.
No, I just want dual wield.
Yeah.
Deadeye.
I'm kind of decided. I'm kind of between Deadeye and
Cypher.
And,
Saboteur.
you know.
Deadeye.
Do you have a coin on you?
Do not.
Fuck. Ooh. Okay, I don't care.
Cypher. Saboteur. Deadeye. Cypher. Saboteur. Saboteur chosen. Sounds good.
Sounds good. I like that.
Here's somebody with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun.
Click, click. Oh, I love that.
We're already at a crossroads. Choose, but for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice. A reflection of your key, the primal energy that flows through everything.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the dark side of you. Your inner voice, to be precise. An echo of the balance and consequence of your actions as you move forward.
So glad you realize who you really...
You can't contradict your...
Because you...
But remember...
Does it matter which
You
path I take?
you really need to listen to their banter. It's such fucking great banter.
Does it matter which side I take? Left or right?
I chose light.
Did you go left or right? Exactly.
So I did light. Do light up until 10 points, and then do dark. Because you'll...
Fucking loving the fucking...
Because there's a limit to the light power. There are abilities you unlock.
Guess left can
And
be
such.
right sometimes.
Shush. Oh, I actually run on all fours once I start going.
Yeah. You look like a
Stories of
raccoon.
death and the bodies left behind. A reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others. Do you remember the beast that shattered your family? Or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the Predator only grew stronger.
Motherfucker. Okay, you know what? What the fuck?
Circle square.
You better make a run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story. This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes.
Oh, fuck me.
The Predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the Tree of Life started to die.
They're like beavers.
Wow! Finished him off.
Oh! I like that. Ooh. Got a rare item ready.
I haven't quite figured out how those work.
Just augments your weapon.
For a limited time?
Maybe that just fucking said it.
Yep.
I was testing it, right?
Thank you for doing the test. I haven't tested any of mine that I've picked up.
You're welcome.
Because I was like, I don't know what they're used for, and I wasn't sure.
Is that a tampon?
No. That's bandages.
No, not that. No, I picked up a second thing out of the fucking toilet. It's a tampon.
It's a health pack.
Just be glad there's a rope.
Why are you calling it a tampon?
It's a tampon package on it. I know what they look like.
Fuck, jeez.
The oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only means death. But some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways.
He's using the shotgun, no slugs.
Ow!
Ooh. Super delayed. Oh, I gotta eat special.
I had to try, right? Ow, ow.
Look, an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight. That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Whoa! It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it.
Ugh, I'm all gooped up. Oh, thank goodness it goes away over time. That doesn't look good, does it?
The morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you.
Ah, fuck it.
Scrapalicious. Grab and pull. Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks traveled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind. There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right, but no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours. The sound of spark metal going pew-pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. Just a few moves left. Make them count. There you go.
I didn't short circuit the door, I fucking put the circuits back into position the way they're supposed to be.
The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. Don't give up now. Now that's a flesh wound. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives. He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up. He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed. There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true. The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad. The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past. It's a scar you're covering under that eye patch, isn't it?
Is it a free game, RN?
Recognized you anyways. You look exactly.
It is not a free game. It was pre-ordered.
There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Looper Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end. He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have. It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land. The impending threat of the World Eaters bringing down the Tree of Life is ever so close. He also worries about the Jagni tribe that's actively working for a doomsday and purging of the world. Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree.
Oh, I'm small.
Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Muma knows you are here. You're such a good child, so you probably did. Even the young forget. He understands why you came all the way out here, to see them, the potato people. The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its source of life. You might be right. Like potatoes, they're packed with energy, an excellent source of ki. The Nono prefer to hide in glittergrass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding. You've found one. You should be proud. They don't come out for everyone. The Nono's key energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. Only time will tell. At least his intention is to dedicate his life to it. He has the feeling the fate of the world depends on it. You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the Nono as they become one with the tree. You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The Nono are sensitive beings, an embodiment of ki, the primal energy. Go catch the Nono. You handle that net like you've never done anything else. He's impressed. He's grateful for all the help he can get. There's lots of Nono out there that need... Oh, it'll need a continuous flux of ki over the 12 months to come, so... countless, he'd say. One day, he hopes the tree will have grown tall enough to sustain the world. But today, your focus is getting this one to become one with the tree. Now that you've seen the Nono's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason to doubt. From this day on, he'll make nurturing the Pensai into a tree of life, a life goal, not only for our village's sake, but for all of us, everyone. One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Muma will be able to protect us. You can already see the effects from how reckless those before us acted, and unless something changes, we're doomed. The land won't survive the side effects of the old world's industrial advances. He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Muma comes looking for you. No, she's got lots on her mind and needs rest after the raid last night on the Lupin camp with her disciples. Wonders if they let the Predator family live or not. He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow. He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the Tree of Life, but now he's afraid it might be in vain. The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after that that the World Eaters arrived. The genetic evolution that occurred after the apocalypse that Toxanol Corporation inflicted on the land set the World Eater's DNA into overdrive. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Nocco has tamed the Midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of each route. The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. His friends aren't strong enough to end this on their own. He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't saved. He claims names have power, so he gave them these names to weaken them. For him, the Porky Puff is particularly personal. It was that carnivorous beast that took his leg. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters.
Hun. Okay, guess you're out. There.
You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb. Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see.
Pissed on the fucking thing.
Must be the World Eater that chewed off Out of Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. The World Eaters have made their marks on our world over time. That's not the first nor the last village it'll leave in its wake. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive. He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here. He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life survives the attack. He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed true to your heart. Anyway, he needs help and says it. He's grateful for that. You still seem to have a spark of light in you.
That's a spark of light in you!
What's there to like about
Not as much as it hurts.
Always making this personal.
And you're always trying to pretend it's not.
There's out of date again. He must have missed something important. Out of date says you will make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there are two nearby. The Myriad tribe is likely to be a good match as they act on the understanding of the greater good and have a code of honor. Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict between the tribes is worse than ever, teetering on the brink of war. The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world, and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way.
It's like they want me to blow the fucking world to bits.
Break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jagni's or Myriad's side.
I don't want to blow the fucking world
He
up.
believes the tribe Sifus, Myriad especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of them a visit and play your part. Myriad is convinced that defeating the World Eaters is the only way the world can be saved, but they've been forced to focus on their rivalry with the Jagni tribe. Out of Date will be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose track of what you need to do. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters.
Well, he just fucking teleported. Great.
Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be?
Love
It's
you.
unusual that natural tunnels like this still exist. Most of them got
Love you.
flooded.
Love you too. Where have you been?
Shower.
So much damage. Took care of it.
I hope I chose the right side.
This area was beautiful before the tribe war began. Look at it now. It's a war zone. That's the Myriad Tribe's fortress. Will they be friends or foe? You should head up there. That way you'll know. Let's see. It's a beaten path to that door. If you go there, you'd better make an entrance. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. Cautions you that the Sifu may be a little impatient today, as bad news has just come in from the front line.
I picked the right side. Yay. Oh, thanks, fuck. I attacked the people who look like douche. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
The Myriad tribe act on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. They believe uniting the tribes is the only way to restore the peace. The Sifu is convinced that defeating the World Eaters and saving the Tree of Life is the only way to make the world a better place. He welcomes you to the Myriad Fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. But he was hoping you'd show up. The news of a vigilante Ronin on crusade crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 has preceded you. He heard you took out-of-date side against the scavengers in Bunker 101. It seems you believe in helping your next, and that's something you have in common. He's convinced you've returned for a reason, and is glad you chose to come here. There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can still sense you're kind-hearted. The Sifu says sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. He was one of the original Wang Fu disciples. Your Muma invented Wang Fu. Originally, it consisted of unarmed combat and the 6 weapons: the boomerang, the shuriken, the bow, the staff, the nunchuk, and the hook and chain. The Sifu says it's time to set the past aside, at least for now. Unrest is sweeping the land, and there are rivals in all directions. Myriad wants unity between the tribes. Their goal is understanding of the greater good and establishing a code of honor. If you believe there's some good in everyone, there's still hope for tomorrow. You'll unite the tribes and defeat the world eaters. He was hoping you'd join them. You understand that there's no harm in doing good to others. The Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor, and with you by then... The Jagni tribe may believe that fear and hatred will lead them to domination. A vanquisition of the tribes and destruction of the Tree of Life won't be the restart they want. It's just an end to everything. Their kin have run out of options and found themselves backed into a corner. Even though you need to take the struggle to the enemy, or the enemy will bring it to you. When survival is threatened, there's no other option left but war. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen. You both have gentle minds, so they want to wage a gentle war. A war that bonds as much as it breaks. Tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you. Claim the rival outposts and earn the right to wield the tribe weapon. Once you've dealt with the rivals' outposts, you'll challenge their Sifu to unite their tribe with yours and let your kin share land again. They passed the point of no return as their words lost power and see no other way forward than using violence to combat violence. Seeing you brings back his memories of the old village. Myriad wants unity between the tribes. Their goal is understanding of the great... He remembers your kind and unselfish soul, and can sense you still... Anyway, the memories you make with your family are strong, and can sometimes come to life. Passing the old village, even though it's now a different place from a different... Says your piece of junk would be worth more polished up and shiny. Says you should take care. Sparkles about how brilliant it is to have some... Offers you extraordinary prices for extraordinary things. Says the place hasn't been doing as much.
Oh, I'm fucking broke.
That went well. Claims to have strange things from the dead. Hopes you're selling too. Time to turn stuff you don't want into stuff you do.
ACOG!
Offers you extraordinary prices. Wonders why.
Hun? Hun?
Hun.
There you are.
Mic ever so slightly got unplugged.
You still watching?
Yep.
That is a whole ass pillar that that motherfucker is holding.
Mm-hmm.
Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurled. Cutting edge.
Blink's a good one. Same with Blaze. Both of them are good. Blink is really good if you're with like a lot of enemies. You're in a crowd. You're getting overwhelmed. You use Blink and it'll...
Hun, let's talk.
Okay.
Oh, that helps work the kinks out. You got moves. Time is lost on this place, but it evokes a tingling sensation. There's something special about it, drawing you closer. Let's see.
Hun, what you watching?
Well,
As time passes,
looked at the
memories
other
fade,
person that was
and
named the same
sometimes
channel as
feelings
yours,
change.
and they're
It's not about
some
who
sort
you
of
were,
guy.
it's about who you'll become. This story is far from over.
Yeah.
They play a
That's
lot of the
something.
same things I do.
Yeah.
You notice that one of the
Echoes
just, you know,
of a
one the
long-lost
Subnautica videos
past,
is literally
like whispers
exactly
in the
the
wind.
same shit I did,
Uh-huh.
just with someone else's audio over it.
Here's someone who takes each day as it comes.
Huh.
He asks how
Are
you
you
are
going to
today.
fight it?
Huh?
Are you going to fight it?
I've got fucking subs
Then he
anyway, so
wants you to know
like,
that if you
what?
find yourself going
10,
through
20
bad
at
times,
most?
you should just keep going.
He doesn't even
Wonders
have
where you've been. He hopes you've been out at the lake, practicing your
a
swimming
Subnautica
technique.
video.
Pardon?
He doesn't have a Subnautica
Learning
video.
to swim can be scary when you don't know what you're doing. But fortunately, he's here to give you a helping hand. He thinks you should really know how to swim by now. And he'll be honored. He says, that wasn't too bad, was it? At least you learned that you'll drown if you don't swim. But you need practice. Lots of practice. Great things usually happen to those who never stop trying. He hopes you'll be one of them. You just need more time in the surf. That's the only way you'll ever learn how to swim. You can never try. Judging by your Mooma's look, it seems you forgot something. You promised you'd train with her before the sun goes down. It's time to go.
She looks like she could fucking pop
The
someone in
dedication
like
to
a motherfucking
training
felon
is
in her
important.
eyes.
You can't rely solely on the fact
Yep,
that Wang
the
Fu
Mooma.
is in your blood. You should know, practice makes perfect. You have to keep working on it if you want to be good at it. She'll see you at the village square. She says that's good. With a passion for learning, you'll never... Here's another familiar face with lots on his mind. Asks how you're feeling today. Being nice comes easy for him. That doesn't make it less important. He was hoping you could help him pick up some scrap for a thingamajig he's working on. He thinks you're truly a kidling of your environment. You should look for things that are recyclable. It shouldn't take you too long to find some. He wonders what usefulness you found. He says every little thing counts. He can work wonders with almost anything and asks if you know how to upcycle. That's the spirit. You can't make a difference unless you get your hands dirty. He'd love to teach you to upcycle, and the scrap you found would be a good start. You did well, but he can't help but wonder why you decided to craft a weapon. He believes being considerate will help you feel at peace with yourself. He understands, but hopes you won't be needing it anytime soon. He thinks mastering the 6 weapon styles of Wang Fu is more than enough for anyone. He's looking forward to seeing what you'll make next. It seems you have a talent for this. It looks like she's starting to lose her patience.
Kalino?
You know she doesn't like waiting for you. She wants to see you on the village square right away. Then you've got a good excuse. You share a responsibility to prevent hardship on nature and the environment. It's your future. She wants you to grow up and start thinking for yourself. You really need to find yourself before she... That's all she's ever asked of you, that you'll try and give it your best. You can't do more than that. You've always followed your own path, but this time she needs you to follow her. Then start by meeting her on the village square. They look determined. Better watch out. He asks you to stop right there and wonders where you think you're going. He says that it's not too late for you to... There's no way they'll let you pass. He wants to know who you think you are. You'll have to face pain at some point. She asks if you're hurt. What happened? If confidence is silent and insecurity is loud, she thinks you're absolutely right. The most important thing is that you're okay. It's time to focus on your training now. You won't need excuses if you are strong in your conviction.
What dicks.
Here's someone close to heart, doing what he does best. Seeing you always puts a smile on your Popsy's face. He wants to know how you're feeling. Training with Muma will make you feel better. It always does. He asks if you could help him too before you leave for training. He wishes that was true for your Muma too, but guiding the village into the future and teaching Wang Fu to her disciples seems more important for every day. He suggests you get going and find him gadgets and ideas for how you can upcycle some old fabrics.
Love you. That's a new one.
I'm so tiny. I'm adorable.
He's cute. He's all for renewal and has even considered making the trip out into the wilds to look for a bionuclear spool and refresh his DNA. He can work wonders with pretty much anything. Says at least dirty hands are proof that you tried, and that counts. That you failed this time doesn't mean you can't succeed the next. He says it's about time you learn how, and offers to teach you, starting with the scrap you found. The style might be too edgy for his taste, but it looks sharp on you. He knows she's already proud of you and everything you've achieved so far.
Give me a second. I have to
You should take it with you. To practice. He thinks you should. She'll be proud of you. He's looking forward to seeing what you'll make next. It seems you have a talent for this. Your Muma says it's about time you got here.
No, it's a new game.
Hopes you're as ready as you claim to be.
Hun, I already answered.
She says she is eager to get
Oh, I
started.
didn't know.
You don't have much time left before the sun goes
I
down.
answered like earlier.
But there's enough time left for repetition, and you need it. Training dummies don't hit back. Wants you to prove that with some practice first.
Woo. Wow. I'm fucking way out here. Lord Texas.
Your Muma says you did well today. She's so proud of you. That's all she's ever asked of you. Been working on a present for you, with the help of Gizmo and Wiz. You should
Okay,
go
that's
see
kinda
him
cool
and
looking.
find out what it is. You've deserved it.
Ooh.
Says he's always thought so well of you, just like her.
Oh, he looks high as a kite.
Catchy. Your Muma says she's never seen an apparatus as green as this little thing. She's happy you appreciate what others do for you. A piece of Scraptronics like this has built-in old-world tech that makes it a potent communication device. It's called an automaton, and it's hardwired to your DNA. It'll follow wherever you go and see whatever you see. Says it's not a record keeper, more like a companion. Your Muma says you look tired. No wonder. It's been a long day. She's so happy you made the most of it. Rest, and you'll find strength for tomorrow. Nothing could stop Lupa from setting the world on fire. Your Muma urges you to blaze a trail. A burnt kidling will learn to dread fire. That's just adding fuel to the flames. Give it a last burst and you'll make it. Your Muma says this is it. The time has come. She must fight Lupa Lupin. This time there's no escape. She can hear him coming. He wants to destroy her. The time to fight is coming, whether she's ready for it or not. Whatever happens, you need to know she loves you. And everything she's done has been to protect you, your Popsy, and those she was chosen to lead. She tells you to stay back. This is her fight. It has nothing to... She loves how brave you are, but she can't be worrying about you while she fights. This is her fight. Here it comes. The past coming to haunt the present. You must go through fire and water to make it out of here. Your Muma says you can make it if you believe in it. Where she goes, you go. Blood is thicker than water. You're in deep surf. Don't make waves. The surf goes where it wants to go. It'll take you to the shore as long as you go with the flow. Death is not to be feared by one who has lived life with a pure heart. A part of her will live on in you. The creature is hungry for more. Nothing is going to stand in its way now. If a sacrifice is made for someone else, it's not lost, but passed on to the next. Life must go on. Real sacrifice comes from love and necessity, when all other options are exhausted. The ultimate test of conscience is the willingness to give up anything to save what you truly care about. What you do for yourself dies with you. What you do for your kin remains and makes you immortal in their memory.
I'm gonna turn his bitch ass into Swiss cheese.
Swiss cheese.
I'm gonna cut that.
As the moment fades and is lost, the only thing that remains is loneliness. It doesn't mean you'll forget your past. It simply means you need to move on.
Yeah, that part made me cry. I'm a big old toffee.
The tribe's caught a fluffy hulk. Better watch out, it's no pet. They couldn't keep it down. Fluff hulk's on the loose. More than a flesh wound.
I had no healing items. Yeah, fun, right?
Yeah.
Never saw you hear that.
I just realized I have no blades,
Oh.
so I can't craft anything at the second for melee weapons, so...
Oh, did they break or something?
No, I deconstructed them for scrap purposes. Because I didn't like them.
God, they're better than nothing though, aren't they?
No, I'm happy with my katana and tanto blade.
Fucker.
I just had a suicide bomber. That was interesting.
Okay.
Literally ran over to me and caught himself on fire. And boom. I don't like you anymore.
They couldn't keep it down. Fluff hulk's on the loose.
Oh, the fucking guy that's like blowing up on me.
Why is it so thirsty for my fucking blood? You fucking hot bag motherfucker. Come on.
Tapped hard. Sharp steel.
Got him.
You might want to fall back.
Oh, these fuckers! Oh, you're not gonna bother helping me, is that it?
What?
Fucking Alex. Oh, we're just gonna sit back and let you fight it on your own. Well, that's fucking helpful. Oh, you will not go Lady Dimitrescu on my ass. Nope.
Smoked. Made it count.
Who the fuck is that? What the fuck?
Great shot. You gave them no choice but to take it down, even though they'd planned to take the Fluff Hulk out to the Farfnacky leaves and let it go. They've received news a Ronin had strengthened their ranks and were looking forward to meeting you. A group of myriad crusaders already headed out to Jagni's Mercadorpus outpost and are waiting for you there. You should hurry there and help them best the outpost. You complete them. From this point on, the myriad is unbroken.
The size of that fucking thing in his hands.
Oh, I know.
I know, right? It's like, oh my god, that thing's like fucking big ass fucking revolver, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well.
Toxanol was something called a corporate juggernaut, and our world still bears the marks of the massive ecological catastrophes they inflicted upon the land. The apocalypse they caused was the end of days for their world. But for us, it was simply a beginning. That might come in handy. Look, an emergency box from the old days, when... Wow, bet that nut makes a tight fist.
Yes.
What the fuck? It tells me to fucking use the fucking... use the clonk just to break through the wall. But it's not doing shit.
There's a hand thingy. Did you get the metal fist?
Yeah,
with a rocket?
It's not doing jack shit to the fucking wall.
You gotta hold it down. And then it powers it up. Well, I just told you that's... Yeah.
It doesn't fucking tell you.
No, it doesn't. it lacks that. I used it a little bit, so kind of like it's an okay thing. I'm not a fan of it.
Tunnels like this still carry echoes from the past. Can you hear it?
Dock sandwich.
God, this thing is so fucking vicious.
Hey. Neutralized. Half-lifed. So different from the surface down here. Heads up. Dust it off and start cutting. That notice board? Filled with the leftovers of used-to-be wants. You're getting close to one of those old Toxanol brick towns. Pay attention. The Toxanol Corporation made this place, and then just threw it away when they were done with it. Toxanol never cared about the waste, as long as they didn't have to pay to clean it up. There must be a track somewhere in this brick town. Just hope it's not buried.
Alright, and that's gonna do it for this episode.